Hi, welcome to my channel. So on the 17th of June this year, my wife Beverly and I went to one of our favourite places, the Black Country Living Museum in Dudley, where they were holding their Vintage Vehicle Day. The museum now has a brand new car park, which is clearly signposted, and it has loads of parking for disabled people. The museum now has a brand new entrance and visitor centre, and also a shop. We walked through the entrance gates, and as you can see here, there were already lots of vehicles on display before we went into the visitor centre. The new cafe has an outdoor seated area that overlooks the museum. Back in the late 70s, my grandfather brought me to the Black Country Museum, and if I remember correctly, the only way you could get to the actual museum from the car park was on a tram or trolleybus, very similar to this one. This may have been the tram that actually took us to the museum. Who knows? I just remember the rickety ride down to the museum that we both really enjoyed. My wife Beverly loves vintage vehicles. As we walked down into the town, we did pass this 50s/60s street, which wasn't open at the time, but I believe is open now. I hope you enjoy this selection of vehicles. This is a 1921 Ford Model T van and was the first mass-produced vehicle on the market. Joseph Brevet was a keymaker in Willenhall and delivered their products to customers using carrier carts and old pack horses to begin with, but soon acquired a fleet of vehicles such as this to deliver their products. This next vehicle is the Frisky Family 3 from 1960. This was a small mass-produced car which launched production in 1959 and was manufactured by Henry Meadows Limited, who were based at Fallings Park, Wolverhampton. The car had a moulded fiberglass body and was powered by a single-cylinder 197cc 2-stroke Villiers engine. It managed a top speed of around 50 miles per hour and did an average of 50 miles per gallon. This is a 1903 Sunbeam car. Sunbeam was a Black Country firm that also manufactured cycles and motorcycles as well as cars. This vehicle is only one of 4 surviving from 1903. This is the Kieft 1100 sports car from 1954. It was manufactured in Wolverhampton and built as a racing car. Its body was made of fiberglass, making it lighter and therefore more aerodynamic. Unfortunately, the car wasn't very successful in competitions and only a handful were built. This is a Morris Guy fire engine from 1924. During the 1920s, horse-drawn appliances were being slowly replaced by motorised vehicles. Guy Motors met this demand by producing this engine in their factory in Park Lane, Wolverhampton. They produced them in partnership with John Morris and Sons, who were in Manchester. This engine operated at Cheddleton Paper Mill in Staffordshire up until 1967. This is a Sunbeam military World War I motorcycle from 1918. The many uses of motorcycles during World War I included delivering messages, gathering intelligence, and delivering ammunition and small guns to the front line. The motorcycles were, however, very vulnerable to enemy fire. This is the DKR Scooter of 1959. This was a reliable little scooter and convenient and affordable. It took its name from the initials of the three founders, Barry Day, Noah Robinson and racing car builder Cyril Kieft. Many of the parts for this scooter, including the body panels, were made locally in Willenhall. They were made by the Willenhall Motor Radiator Company. The machine itself was made in Wolverhampton at Penderford Airport. The model name of this scooter was the Defiant, and it was named after a World War II turret fighter aircraft. This is the Bean Tourer of 1925. It was manufactured by A. Harper & Sons and Bean Limited, who began making cars in 1919. The chassis was built at the Bean factory in Tipton, and the bodies were fitted at the company's Wadham's Pool Road in Dudley. The car sold well, especially in Australia. This motorcycle is the Sunbeam TT90 of 1928 and was designed for both road use and racing. It had a 500cc engine which could take the motorcycle up to a speed of about 90 miles per hour. This is the AJS H-Series motorcycle and sidecar combination from 1927. It was built in Wolverhampton by AJ Stevens & Co. It's powered by a 799cc V-twin engine. The sidecar was attached due to growing competition from cars, to make the ride more enjoyable and comfortable to passengers. This is the ice cream box tricycle from around 1930. Introduced by T. Wall & Sons Limited, this became a popular way of selling ice cream to the public in the 1920s and 30s. This cycle had to be robust with solid tyres to support the weight. This is the Gracely milk cart from around 1950. The cart was electrically assisted, which made it easier to use. They could travel between 12 and 14 miles when fully charged and had a top speed of 4 miles per hour when carrying empties. And finally, let us not forget what transported us around the streets before the mechanically propelled vehicle came along. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. My wife also has a video about this vehicle day on her YouTube channel, Beverly Butterfly, and you'll find links to the channel and the video itself in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe and ring the bell to know when I next upload, and I'll see you next time. Bye!